Alright, I wanted to talk a little bit about view titles. In the projects that I gave you, I turned the view titles off, but it's probably a good idea to turn them on so we can see the name of the view, and also it will give us a scale. So to turn on the view titles, select the viewport itself. So I'm left clicking on the viewport, go to Edit Type, and you will see Show Title. Go to the pull down, select Yes, Title, None, pull down, View Title. Click OK, and you can see sort of the end of the view title here. I'm going to zoom out. It places that view title in the area where the view was first placed, and since we had it off and we were moving things around, it got sort of disconnected. So to move that view title, click off of the view title itself. So I'm going to left click on nothing, and then left click on just the view title. Move it into place. Okay. If you just select the view title and move it into place, then it will move independently. If you pick the view and try to move the view title, it moves the entire view along with the view title. Okay, so again, selecting the view title individually moves it. Selecting the viewport and moving the view title moves everything. Alright, so if I come in here and select the view title, there's no way to snap to the view title, so you just kind of have to eyeball it and get it into a place that you can replicate using the grids or something from your view. Now it also has this line in here, and this line is originally sized to the original size of the viewport itself along with the extension areas. This outer box is larger because these reference planes are extending out past, and we'll take a look at that in just a minute. But I want to show you how to adjust this viewport line. You would think that you would select the viewport line separately and it would give you an option to adjust it, but it doesn't. It just allows you to move it independently. In order to change the length of that viewport line, you have to left click on the viewport itself that it's associated with, and it will give you that blue dot. So then you can update that. Alright, now you'll see that it's giving you the name of the view and the scale of the view, and these are both connected through parameters to the view name up here, or sorry, the view name down here is section 2. So if I were to rename this, say to section B, and click OK, you're going to see that update. Also, if I were to scale the view, so right now I'm going to select the view, and you'll see the scale come up here, and I can rescale that to 1:20. And you'll see that it will update the view and the scale, so they're connected. So I'm going to undo that and undo the name change. So we're back to section 2, 1/16 of an inch. You can actually get rid of that line altogether if you'd like. Again, select the view, edit type, and there's a show extension line, and you can say no and click OK. And now you just have the title itself. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at what happens if we delete this view and replace it again where that view title will come in. So I'm going to come in, select the view, delete it, and then I'm going to drag it back on. So if I drag it back on, it comes on with a view title, but it's connected to the outside of that exterior box, which is a little bit annoying. So let's take a look and see. I would prefer it to be closer in to the bottom left there. So I'm just going to delete that view, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my section view, double click on my section view, and you see these reference lines that we put in. If you move those into the crop box so they're not extending beyond the crop box, and please note that I'm using the 3D option to pull them in, not the 2D. Now, if I go back to my section 2 and drag that section 2 view back onto the sheet, you'll see that that box is smaller, right? You see how it's smaller now, it's not quite as large. And if I left click and I come in, you can see now that there's a slight offset but not much, and that view title is lining up at the corner of that. So you can go ahead and set your view titles and that exterior box if it helps. Otherwise, you can always come in and just move that marker wherever you want it based on the grid. Okay, that's it for view titles.